Story number 1, Mystery of Dyatlov Pass.
This story is from 1959, deep in Russia's Ural Mountains, a place so cold your breath freezes mid-air. 9 hikers, young, strong, the kind who laugh at storms, headed up a snowy pass they'd named Dyatlov later, after one of them. Picture it, dusk falling, the sky turning a bruised purple, wind howling like it's alive. Their tents pitched on a slope, flapping wild, a little campfire spitting sparks, glowing faint against the dark. Skis lean on a rock, boots crust over with snow. A torn map flutters, looks like they're set for a cozy night. But that's where it goes wrong. They say it was quiet at first, just the blizzard clawing outside, rattling the canvas. Then, bam, something hit them. Not a bear, not a gust, something worse. Inside that tent, they lost it. Shadows dancing on the walls, they grabbed knives, their own knives, and slashed the thing open, ripping it like it was choking them. Out they went, barefoot, half-dressed, into snow so deep it swallowed their legs. No coats, no gear, just shirts flapping, breath puffing white in the dark. You can almost hear their gasps, feet crunching ice, blood freezing where they stepped. What makes you run like that? Into a storm that'll kill you. They didn't get far. Found them later, scattered across that slope like the wind tossed them aside. One guy's sprawled out, eyes wide as moons, tongue gone, ripped clean out, ice sparkling on his lips. Another's crushed under a slab of ice, chest caved in, bones snapped like dry sticks. A girl's there too, hair frozen stiff, fingers black from frostbite, clutching a shred of her coat like it'd save her. And here's the part that sticks with you. Some of them glowed, faint, sickly green, like the snow soaked up something bad. Up above, these orbs, round, pulsing lights, hung in the storm watching. Not stars, not planes. They hummed, low and steady, like machines with a heartbeat. No tracks around, no wolf, no man, nothing. Just those bodies, and the wind screaming through. They dug up a hand later, still gripping a Geiger counter. Needle slammed to the max, ticking like a mad clock. Screaming radiation. Whatever they ran from, it burned them, broke them, left them there like warnings. The snow piled up slow after, burying them where they fell. Those orbs stayed, hovering, whining sharp enough to cut through your dreams. Then, gone. Nothing left but silence, and that last lonely Geiger click fading into the dark. Locals whisper about lights in those hills, say they've seen them before, glowing orbs that drift too close. Some reckon it was secret tests, bombs gone wrong. Others say the mountain god spirits old and angry who don't like trespassers. Me, I don't know. But that night, those 9, they saw something. Something that made them tear their world apart to get away. So here's the thing. Next time you're out there, under a big sky, and you see lights that don't fit, too low, too alive, don't follow them. They might be looking for you.
Story number 2, Glow in Aokigahara.
This is Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees, a silent forest where hundreds vanish into the mist. Look closer. Those faint lights, foxfire, glowing fungi feeding on the rot below. They flicker in the dark, and some swear they move, guiding the lost to what waits in the shadows. A hiker entered this maze, drawn by the foxfire's glow. It pulsed alive, luring him past twisted trees. His light failed, swallowed by fog. The mushrooms flared brighter with every step, drowning his path. He yelled, echoes mocked him. Up close, he saw it. Too fresh, lit by the foxfire's pulse. It breathed with the glow, watching him. Then it spread, claiming the ground, the air, the night. They say the foxfire hunts. It finds the dead, and calls the next.
Story number 3, Woman at the Door.
March 30, 25, 11 p.m. I'm alone in Austin when a knock shatters the silence. Through the peephole, a woman's eyes, wide, unblinking, bore into me. "Let me in, it's coming," she hisses, voice trembling. I whisper, "Who?" Silence. Then she pounds the door, screaming, "It'll kill me." The door shakes. I dial 911, heart pounding. A strange screech from outside. She shrieks, vanishing. Cops find nothing, but a news alert says a woman was attacked nearby. Her scream haunts me. There's something still out there.
Story number 4, Creature at the Window.
Hey, you ever feel like something's watching you? Back in February 2025, I had this moment I can't explain. I was house sitting for my aunt in a quiet suburb outside Charlotte. It was late, maybe 2 a.m., and I was up binge-watching some show. The house was old, creaky, but I was used to it. I'd locked everything up tight, doors, windows, you name it. Out of nowhere, I got this chill, like the room dropped 10 degrees. I glanced at the window behind the couch, and there it was. A face, pale, pressed against the glass, just staring at me. I froze. It wasn't a reflection, nothing in the room matched it. No eyes, just dark hollows and this weird stretched smile. I blinked, thinking I was tired, but it didn't move. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it. I grabbed my phone to snap a pic, but the screen glitched, wouldn't focus. I yelled, "Who's there?" No answer. Then it tapped the glass, slow, deliberate, like it wanted in. I bolted to check the locks again. Just fog on the window like it had been breathing there. I didn't sleep that night. Checked every corner. Called my aunt. She swore no one should have been around. The next day I found scratches on the outside of that window, too high for an animal. I've got this shaky video from my phone. Nothing clear, just static. I haven't been back to that house since. Some things you just don't mess with.
Story number 5, The Intercafic Murders.
I am here to tell you a tale of unspeakable horror. In 1922, on a remote German farm, they came one by one and never left. The night was silent, snow falling softly over a lonely house, isolated from the world. A flickering lantern in the window cast an eerie light promising warmth and safety. But something was wrong. The air itself seemed to hold its breath. Fresh footprints led to the farm, yet none left. An unseen presence lingered. In the barn, an axe glinted faintly, waiting, patient, hungry. They came, unsuspecting, a woman in her nightgown, drawn by a noise in the night. She saw a shadowy figure beckoning. Against her better judgment, she followed. Her scream was silenced by the axe, blood splattering the hay. The first victim. A child, awakened by the commotion, peered out into the hallway. Small fingers clutched a teddy bear, eyes wide with innocence soon to be lost. Dragged by the hair, the child's fate was sealed in that terrible barn. An old man, hearing the disturbance, rose from his bed, bones creaking. He barely had time to register the horror before collapsing with a thud. The killer lingered, savoring the fear that permeated the farm. Breadcrumbs fell on the table, a mockery of domestic tranquility. Smoke curled from the chimney as if nothing was amiss. In the woods nearby, a faint glow swayed like a lantern, drawing curious eyes. Was it a rescuer, a witness, or something far more sinister? The true horror, however, awaited in the attic. Floorboards creaked under unseen feet as something ascended the stairs, each step a harbinger of dread. In the musty space, a glowing silhouette stood still, facing away. Below, A half-eaten loaf and a bloody axe sat untouched, evidence of the night's events. The air grew thick, time itself seeming to slow. As the figure turned, face obscured, the lantern flared. And in the darkness that followed, a child's distant sob echoed in the silence. What happened in that attic? What force of evil had descended upon this farm? The horror of that night remains unsolved, a whisper in the wind, a shadow in the corner of your eye. For in that lonely German farm, they came one by one, and never left. And some say on nights when the snow falls softly and the wind whispers through the trees, you can still see a flickering light in the farmhouse window, waiting for its next victim.
Story number 6, Bloody Mary.
They say some stories are better left untold, but this one demands to be heard. It's about Alex, a curious soul who thought they could toy with the unknown and walk away unscathed. Alex was a YouTuber, always chasing the next big thrill for their viewers. One night, they stumbled across an old tale, the legend of Bloody Mary, a spirit said to haunt mirrors. Some called her a vengeful queen, others a witch named Mary Worth, burned for unspeakable crimes. The ritual was simple. Stand in darkness, light a candle, and whisper her name 3 times into a mirror. Alex laughed it off as nonsense, but something about it gnawed at them. So they decided to test it, not knowing it would be their last video. In the stillness of their bathroom, Alex set up their camera, the lens pointed at the mirror. They flicked off the lights, leaving only the flicker of a single candle to push back the dark. The air felt heavy, but Alex pressed on. They stared into the glass and spoke the words, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." Silence followed. The mirror showed nothing but their own reflection, tense and waiting. Emboldened, they tried again, louder this time. "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." Still, the shadows stayed still. With a nervous laugh, Alex blew out the candle and turned on the lights. "Just a myth," they muttered, shutting off the camera. But the mirror held its secrets close, waiting for the right moment. Later that night, Alex sat down to edit the footage. The video played smoothly at first, until they reached the ritual. In the corner of the mirror, a shadow lingered, faint but undeniable. Alex froze, zooming in. It wasn't their reflection. It was a figure, blurred and dark, with eyes that seemed to stare back. Their heart raced as they tried to delete the file, but the screen flashed, "File in use." Then the lights flickered, casting the room in brief darkness. A whisper drifted through the air, soft like a name. "Mary." Alex shook it off as exhaustion, but deep down they knew something had followed them out of that bathroom. Sleep eluded Alex that night. Footsteps echoed in the hall where no one walked. A door creaked open, then slammed shut with a force that rattled the walls. Clutching their phone, Alex crept out of bed, the light trembling in their hand. The whispers grew louder, a chant of "Mary, Mary," filling the silence. Drawn back to the bathroom, they stopped cold. The candle they'd blown out now burned brightly, its flame steady in the still air. The mirror loomed ahead, and in its depths, something shifted, a shadow that wasn't theirs. Alex turned to run, but the air thickened, holding them in place. In the mirror, a figure took shape, Bloody Mary, her face pale and twisted, eyes black as the void. She reached out, her fingers breaking the glass like water, curling toward Alex. They screamed, clawing at the door, but it wouldn't budge. The candle flared, and in an instant, she had them. Alex's hands pressed against the mirror from the inside, their cries muffled as they were dragged into its depths. Then silence. The camera, left rolling, captured the empty room until the mirror flickered again. Her face appeared, staring out, a cruel smile spreading as she looked right at you. And then the screen went black. Alex was gone, but the mirror still waits.